I want to address you about the potential of the Jewish civilization, because that has been made clear to me yesterday. I tried to acquire Jewish, Zionist is what it's called, spiritual technology, by attempting to improve the timeline of the Jews in a better timeline by speaking intelligence. And I think I succeeded at that because the thing I tried to get, I have, which is called Honor of the State of Israel, Triple Griffin, Soul of the State. Yes, and I also have the equivalent of the Army of Israel. So last time, these podcasts that I make, one time I made one for China, and all of a sudden something enters my destiny and starts pulling a gun at me. When you start doing business with cursed nations, the curses of those nations start manifest. Trade curses is what that's called. So a sad story, people of Israel, but a similar type of event occurred. Not as bad, but this army of Israel honor was used by the darkness in an attempt to assault my destiny. I'm not going to disclose how and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it is difficult to deal with nations that are under God's accursing. No disrespect, no down-talking intended. This is this type of job is not without risks, So I want to address you with this honor of the state and honor of the army of Israel. So yesterday I explained to you about the civilizations, right? You got these barbarian civilizations, and then you got civilizer authorities. Those who keep the barbarians in order by force if necessary. And then you have two civilizations on the earth who have been elected by God, which is called the Jewish civilization and the Roman civilization. The Jewish civilization never attained the grace of God. The Jewish civilization built the whole thing, and right before they messed it all up, whereby the blessings of the Jews fell upon the Gentiles, and so something that is known as triple eagle, honor of the state, Roman Empire, the Caesar soul came into existence, which is something like a world empire seat, like the Jewish seat that I'm talking about right now. And that one is under grace. So when it goes wrong, it just splits and just goes to another state. And then it goes to Germans, then it goes to Britons, then it goes to Americans, which then are divisions. But the bigger picture is called Roman. The Roman destiny. 1800 years, it's under the grace. And I'm walking around there. I explained yesterday, I'm walking around in this Roman timeline under the grace of God. It is collapsing, it is disintegrating. People are concerned how to rebuild it, and I'm doing what I do. I explained Chinese, Azure, Dragon Throne, Soul, Family Honor. Purified the curses, purified the dark energy, the familiar spirits, purified the dead bodies, purified the rival curse, restarted. And I'm crawling, not really fast. My natural destiny, ladies and gentlemen. And I have like 20 nations I provided the service, prophetic and military foresight, whereby the blessings that they accumulated before God, percentages of those blessings became mine, whereby I might sound like someone who is ultimately blessed. But that's not the case. It's like I said yesterday, it's cheating. I served these other nations, their needs, and their blessings became mine. And that's how I do what I do. When the bad stuff comes, yes, that can be cancelled with blessings. It's a spiritual pot of gold. So when everything dries up, that doesn't mean my destiny will dry up, people out there. Right, so this is called own destiny, own management. It's an imperial timeline called Azure Dragon Throne, honor of the family. And this is natural. I'm not under the influence of Destinical Mind Israel, no contract like that, like Grand Master contract. When I go into a nation and see the future, I need all the rights to be able to press every button, see what this is, see what that is, see what is this, right? What is this? What is that? And then I see the bigger picture. And after observing the bigger picture, I come online and produce the podcast and go like, this is the future. Right, so I've been taking a really good look at this Jewish destiny, people. I explained it yesterday. There are only two civilizations on the earth who have been God's instruments, which is the Roman system, 1800 years old, and the Jewish system, 3000 years old. And all other systems are just people living their lives, one with more honor than the other. Honor increasing, and you become a civilizer authority, and then you can punish the barbarians, which is then your honor. And usually that's it. There's no divine intervention in that process. It's a process of honor, a process of karma. That's what it is. Action, reaction, natural laws, natural energies, earthly timeline. So there is some kind of a mechanics. That's what I want to talk about with you today, with the honor of the state of Israel and the honor of the army of Israel. I'm telling you the truth. I'm watching this, and I already have it now a couple of hours, and this is the first time I'm using it. All right, so it might have more capacity and more potential than this, but this is new for me. I'm not a Jew, not a born Jew. I don't have an Israeli passport. I'm not an Israeli Illuminati. This stuff is out there. It's not here. And now it is here. So there is another world that you cannot see. And spiritual civilizations know that there is a realm which is called the Aether realm. Aether is the official spiritual terminology. It's really easy to understand. Actually, it's complicated, but it's also very easy. Your eyes can see a certain aspect of the wave. Your eyes are tuned to a certain frequency. Your ears are also tuned to a certain frequency. They are instruments that can register a certain wave, and your brain translate that into an image or into a sound. Right? So there is a frequency that our human system is not designed to register, and people call that the Aether. There is a world that our senses do not see, the Aether realm. So the moment you become like the West, the Roman system, or the Jews, you disappear from the normal world, the barbarians and the civilized, the people with law and order, and the people without law and order, like banana republics. That is the world. And then that world knows nothing about this world, which is called technically the Aether realm. So the moment you become instrument of God, you become aware of that Aether realm in a sense. And I'm talking about a satanic instrumenting also. When you are a high-level Satanist, you're going to find out that Satan is hiding in the Aether realm, and has a whole army called Satanic Illuminati, the cursed bloodlines. Yeah, they dwell in the same realm. That coin has two sides, the good and the bad. It dwells in the same dimension. So there are only two civilizations on the earth who have the keys to enter that world, which is Roman civilization, the West, and Jewish civilizations. Only the Jewish civilization was chosen first, and is older, has more cycles in this realm. I am telling you the truth. So with this, let's call it king of the Israeli world empire. Spiritual Merkaba. That's what this is. I'll explain. So in knighthood, at least in Western perception, you have three forms of authority. You got lions and griffins, you got eagles, and you got dragons. So I'm not talking about biblical, the devil is a dragon, that type of things, dragon with 7 heads. No. I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about knighthood, the depiction of authority. So a lion authority or a griffin authority is ruler of the land, the Lion King, the Disney stuff, the Lion Kingdom. The land is in danger and the lion shows up. It's a little bit that type of life experience. A lion throne. Griffin throne, stuff like that. And then you got eagles, and that is policing, heavenly policing. But the lions go crazy and they start fighting with each other, and out of the sky come an eagle and start backing you into order. It's a policing system, spiritual police. So I'm using this triple eagle honor of the Roman Empire soul, which I acquired by foreseeing a nuke impacting in Paris. Speaking it, going like, hey guys, increase the defenses of Paris, because I see a timeline where a nuke impacts. So when the West, which is Roman system, this soul of Roman emperors somehow found its way in one of the bloodlines of the West. When that soul in whatever bloodline in the West makes all the mistakes, creates a West that is about to enter a total war, a total destruction, and when there is a man in the West who's literally left and right fixing little things, the timeline improves. That's the payment. And that's how I acquire this type of technology. Yeah, that's Roman. So you see the history of mankind. Yeah, what did the Romans do? The Jews went crazy and the Romans appeared. So it's kind of like a policing thing, yeah. So I'm just trying to use theology to support the theory that the eagle authority is a policing system. And then you have dragons, which are, in a sense, forceful teachers. The teachers of the reality. The police of the reality, and those who live life. The kingdoms. So the honor of the state of Israel is a real bear. Let me do that thing. It's a real one. It's a bear and it can grow. You know what I mean? It is powerful, yes, but it's not an imperial seat. Why do you need that? You just want to live your life, right? If you're a Jewish king, you just want to live your life and protect the Jews, and you don't have any weird ambitions like conquering the world like an imperial head, policing in name of God. No, what are you talking about? That's some weird stuff in the perception of a lion or a griffin throne. So there are different purposes for things. That's all I'm trying to say. So, both souls, the honor, I gave this honor to the United States, this Roman soul. However, something's happening in the United States, and I'm making these videos whereby whatever I give to them instantly comes back. It's like the West is depleting so bad in every piece of information that I bring online and changes the timeline. The karmic depths that the United States gets to this destiny, boom, there it is again. There's that Roman soul again. It's really tragic if you really think about the level of entitlement and failure that I'm facing here in this declining West. So those, for the Jews out there, yeah, your history is pretty messed up, but here, there's no difference. Maybe the sins are different. The crimes of the Westerners are different than the crimes of the ancient Jews, but it's the same energy. It's that declining energy. And when you're living in a declining energy empire, yeah, it doesn't matter how hard you try to fix it. It's not going to work that fluently. It's not fixing this Westerner empire is more than just finding a way to create some special technology that can put a man in a position to fight harder. Yeah, no, this is not a one-man fight, ladies and gentlemen of the world. This is a whole collective of people sinning against heaven, getting accursed, and all of that death walking in here. Yeah, go fight that. Have fun. That's what everyone here in the West is dealing with. You go do what you got to do, and boom, your whole life collapses. All right, let me not go too deep in this stuff. Just that you understand, this is Roman. This is overseeing the whole Westerner empire. I've been doing that for a while with that Roman soul. It's not that difficult. It is capable of imperialism, just as my own, the one I got born with. So that is grace of God. Look at it. It's a piece of spiritual technology designed to perform the grace of God on an imperial level. This is how that sounds. Okay? But there is also an equivalent in Israel of the same size, of the same power, just on a royal level. And that is what I want to show you right now. Because the Jews, yes, their kingdom is the biggest kingdom on earth. because there are no kingdoms with the soul of a triple griffin. That doesn't exist. There is no kingdom like that. So the uniqueness of the civilization of Israel is the fact that the engine is royal, but it's the biggest on the earth. The king of Israel, there's no king, but the system that the king of Israel was governing is the biggest one on the earth. And it's not normal. It's a godly instrument. So nobody knows about the Israeli godly instrumenting, because it's just like the Roman one, a godly instrument, but it is not like the Roman one, because the Roman one is an eagle system, which is policing. The Israeli civilization is a living climate. It is God's instrument to live your life, to live the godly life. That is Israel. Here in the West is not the instrument to live the godly life. It is the instrument to fight wars in name of God. It's the combat empire, policing in name of God. When the world goes wrong, that is the West. So the West knows, you know what I mean? And the West has the grace, or let's say had the grace, and is trying to recover it. Yes, the West understands a little bit the bigger brother. No, not the bigger one, because it's the smaller one, but it's the older brother. The West has an older brother in Israel who has an older design. And yes, that design can only be seen if you are born a Jew. And not just any Jew. You need to be born with a certain generational power that you become a Jewish elite, that you can become a Jewish Illuminati. There are not many Jews that qualify for that position. So this information is in the hands of a select few Jews. The world doesn't understand it. The West can maybe imagine it, but only a handful of Jews know it. And if they don't talk about it, you, the ordinary person, whoever's listening to me, will never know about this. It's that special. So I'm using it to not intentionally try to improve the Jewish destiny, to acquire Jewish technology by trying to serve the Jewish destiny so that the Jewish destiny has to repay the karmic debts and hand over to me spiritual technology. I already got that. And I don't need that karmic energy of the Jews. I already got 30% of that. I don't want to take more of you. Don't want to do that. You need that. All right, this is pure curiosity. I'm trying to stimulate your curiosity to change your ways, because I see the potential of the Jewish destiny. The world does not know the Jewish civilization. It is deactivated. It doesn't exist. The world knows God's police, yes, but the world does not know God's civilization, which is in Israel, because it's cursed. You know, the soul of the Jewish state, you know, I carry it. I'm not cursed, so it just works. But when a Jew carries it, yeah, you're first going to combat your curses. If I was a Jew in Israel, and I would take this podcasting system, and I would start talking like this, and I would be in Israel using this honor and start to talk with the world about what the potential of Israel is, the curse would fall upon me, and I would get severe punishments. So these severe punishments don't fall upon me because I, the person, am not cursed. I'm carrying the technology, but the technology is subject to the person who carries that. So I can safely carry this. People of Israel, authorities of Israel, and the rest of the world interested in Israeli affairs. It is not safe to carry Jewish technology when you're a Jew. Because every time you do you, I see the challenges of the Jews. You go do you as a Jew, your soul manifests in the human, and you do your Jewishness, you will be cursed. Not that God will curse you for being a Jew, but your generational karma, the curses of your ancestral line will fall upon you every time you try to fix it. And then you try to be again and again. It's like, I don't need to tell you. Go to the Temple Mount and start praying, and watch will come at you. Why is that? You want to pray and something come to smash you. Oh, that's friendly. Why would God do that to you? Unless, right? So I don't want to convince you of something. That's not what I came online to do. I came online to do this. This seat of authority of Jewish destiny, it reminds me of a Netflix series called Sandman. So I don't do promotions or stuff. Don't get me wrong. This has nothing to do that I want to do a promotion or get you to watch something. I just want to show you the civilization of Israel. Okay? So the civilization of Israel can be seen in the Netflix series Sandman. There's a character called the King of the Dream. You know, that's the King of Israel. The King of Israel, or the President of Israel, carry the same technology, just a different rank. It's a certain technology that gives a soul the capacity to dwell in the aether realm continually, without any effort. I'll explain. You other nations out there, you have a destiny. Your destiny, I don't know what it is. Everyone has a different one. But it's a combination of what your purpose is. You've been born for something, and what God grants you to do on this earth. So when your ancestors were right with God, you get a little bit of a bigger destiny than the ordinary destiny. But you're going to do your destiny. So everything that happens for you is to get you in this destiny. Good luck and bad luck, all instruments to get you what you're born for, to get you to do that. So your mind is not objective. Your mind will convince you to do what you are born to do for. You will get there, but nowhere else, because it's your destiny. Who is that free to walk on God's earth and not be subjected to God's will? Who's going to do something outside of the will of God, in a sense? So you go do you, and your mind will get you to do what you go to do, and without you knowing you're doing your destiny, and you will do your destiny. Your thoughts will lead you there. That's the law. That's universal law. That's the law. So you can't be free from that. You cannot be freed from that unless you somehow committed such deeds that you repay the karma, negative karma of your family bloodline, repay to the earth. You do more than you're born for, and you keep doing it, and all of a sudden you become positive of karma, whereby you're released from the cycle of karma. That's called ascending or enlightenment, whereby your mind is no longer subjected to the forces of karma, whereby you can see, hey, wait a second, all these people are just living out their karma. They make the wrong decision, and boom, another curse. And then the curse manifests in their life, and they keep pointing the finger at the thing that curses them. And they don't see their own deeds. The level of civilization is just too low. Emotionally irresponsible, emotionally immature. Okay, let's see what free will do for them. How long will it take for them to grow up and become worthy, and then the curse will leave them. It's like that. It's really like that. So an ordinary man, even from a barbarian nation or a civilizer nation or a Western nation, which is a God's combat civilization, you can see what the Jews could see by birthright. The Jews received from God by birth the right to dwell in the aether realm. Yes, this Jewish technology is like a shiny substance around my soul that repels something. It's like a repelling system. The Jews are born with a special technology in their souls that repels something. And what it repels is called subjectivity. Karmic subjectivity. It just repels that. It's like being awake. But you're not asleep, but it is in a way being awake of all the mechanics of the universe. You know? So the Jews walk around in their civilization like Sandman, the king of the dream, the president of Israel, the king of the dream, capable of seeing the figure that plays death, seeing the figure that plays desire, seeing the figure, right? The ordinary people walk around, and all of a sudden God releases death upon the ordinary man. And the ordinary man says, it doesn't exist, blah, 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 blah. But death doesn't care, and death comes and shakes your hand, and you die. Because death dwells in the aether realm. And you see in the Sandman series a Lucifer morning star. You see the Sandman walking up to Lucifer. You see the Sandman walking up to all these realms. These entities that watch humans go through the cycles of life. Management. The human lives the life based upon the birthright and the choices, and there's something keeping that intact, dwelling in that realm, watching it day and night how it goes, not interfering. Hello? Do you know what law of no interference mean? No matter what, they're not allowed to interfere. It's called no interference. But the fact that you're aware of that, like how the Sandman can see them, the civilization of Israel has the potential to become like Sandman in the Netflix series, where men dwell among the aether beings, angels and demons and instruments of God that manage the humans and see what's happening. And then the ordinary people come to Israel, the ordinary people going through their ups and downs of the karma of their destiny, ordinary people with some understanding of the universe, and then you got the Westerners under the grace of God who have a little bit more understanding, but they don't have the connection that the Jew has with God, that connection that is cursed right now. Do you know what I mean? The original design. The Roman was not originally designed for this. It received the blessing that was meant for the Jews. So the Roman system became like the Jewish system in a way, but it's not the same. It's locked. That's why I came online, ladies and gentlemen, to inspire you to do what you need to do to unlock this thing, which is called Jewish civilization. The world does not know that. The Jews were born with the gift of God to be in that world and see that world, and by birth, right? Everyone has a different birthright. Well, the Jewish birthright is to wake up in this realm and not be influenced by the affairs of humanity. Be objective. And when the world comes to Israel, then the Jews are supposed to go like this. This is how the invisible world works. That is their birthright. And that birthright has been cancelled. It is unequaled. There is no such thing on the earth. I assure you that. I came to see that yesterday, and I came to see that today with this Jewish technology. Yes, on the earth lays dormant a civilization system who has the potential to enter the aether realm and be among that which what we cannot see, and tell the rest of the world this is how it works. That is the design of